Morning peeps, good morning everyone, how's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget as well to like and share the vids. I want to quickly shout out someone, not that this person needs a shout out because they're killing the game right now, but my boy Wade yesterday took it to a whole nother level. Like Wade is one of the biggest channels that I follow. I think he's got something like 300,000 subscribers. We work together for DAZN. But yesterday, he just went from here to here. He did an 18-hour live stream. 18. Look, the most I've ever done is 3 or 4 hours. I think maybe, 3 or 4 hours. That's it, because it's very, very difficult. He took it to a level that I just don't see how you surpass. An 18-hour live stream. And I think in the end, he got something like, 2 million views or something like that. That's crazy. A lot of people always reach out to me and say, Ade, how do I grow my YouTube channel? Not that I've got a big channel, but obviously mine's steadily getting there. I say, look, just do the videos. You've just got to do content. I think people overthink stuff. Wade does like sometimes 2 videos a day. Again, he's got 300,000 subscribers. Just got to pump out the content. And it will take time to come. Like Wade right now, if any video doesn't get above 150,000, for me, he's a failure, right? Because every video that he puts out seems to do really good numbers. But you go and look at his videos a couple of years ago. This guy was getting like 100 views. I'm not joking. Go and check it. 100 views, 90 views, a couple of thousand. Now, again, every video he puts out, he's getting well over 100,000. But yesterday, boy, he took it to another level. Let's talk about the fight yesterday. Let's talk about the event. By the way, I thought that the co-main event fight was fantastic between Badou Jack and Ilunga Makabu. Badou Jack, the now new WBC Cruiserweight champion. Congratulations to him. He was the WBC 168-pound champion. So, look, he's had a really good career, solid career. I don't know what he does now. He's 39. I mean, he can continue, right? There are some big fights out there for him. You got the Brits, Chris Billam-Smith, Richard Riakporhe, unification against Lawrence Okolie. They're all out there for him. But I do wonder if that might be a case of that, right? I've ticked the box. I wanted to become a champion in another weight class. I've done it. I've done it in spectacular fashion as well, getting a stoppage. I don't know. I mean, look, there are other paydays out there for him. But sometimes it isn't always about that. Sometimes it's about just sort of becoming a champion, earning a good payday. He would have earned good money on the co-main event. And sort of saying, okay, that's that. Because Makabu was the perfect champion for him to fight. He fights any of the guys I just mentioned. They're too big, too strong, too fresh, too young. And I don't know if I'd like to see it. He's still got a bit of pop in him, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, look, the main event, let's get to it. It was 2 novices fighting. Like sometimes you build it up expecting something special. And then you've got to remind yourself that you're watching 2 guys that in Jake Paul has never fought a boxer, and in Tommy Fury's only had, 7 fights. So you are watching 2 novices. A lot of people were very critical about the standard of boxing. Guys, it's 2 novices. Like you could watch 2 novices, York Hall, Bethnal Green, and it will be a bit like that. Unless you're watching 2 Olympians or 2 guys that have had fantastic amateur records. You're watching 2 guys here that have had very little fights between them. I thought Tommy Fury started really well. I think after the first 4 rounds, I had him 3-1 up. And then there were the points deductions from both. And then I thought Tommy Fury maybe started to tire just a little bit. And Jake Paul came back into it. So I gave Jake Paul. After 4 rounds, I had it 3-1 to Tommy. And then I think I might have given the next 2 rounds to Jake. I think they showed Sean Porter's scorecard and he had it 56-56, I think, which surprised me. And then we had the knockdown, which wasn't a knockdown. It was a slip. It was a slip. And then I thought, wait a minute, has Jake Paul nicked this? Or was it a draw? In the end, I did think that the right person won, but I thought, you know what, as some of you said on the live stream, that maybe they're going to try and keep this this gravy train going and give maybe Jake Paul the win or the draw. But in the end, I think the right person won. And we'll see what happens with both next. I think for Tommy Fury, there are big decisions to make, and I mean really, really big decisions. If you're Tommy Fury, do you really want to go down from the heights of headlining big events, making big money, to fighting for an area title in York Hall, Bethnal Green? Like, do you really want to become a real boxer? Because if you do, that's what you've got to do. You've got to start there. Area title, English title, And maybe if you're good enough, British title. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to take on these influencers that keep calling you out, and you can make 2-3 million doing that, headlining in the Middle East, in the UK, O2 Arena? Like, honestly, what would you rather do if you're Tommy Fury? Would you rather fight, no disrespect, a no-name for the Southern area title? Would you rather do that, or the Midlands area title in an 8-rounder? Or would you rather fight KSI, sold out O2 Arena, and make potentially 7 figures? I think I know what I would do. So look, he's got decisions to make, and I think it's an easy decision. It's an easy win. Continue fighting these YouTube influencer boxers, because that's kind of what he is. Although he's got the name, and although people are saying he's a real boxer, he's kind of he's a part-time boxer. He's an influencer. Stay over there and fight those guys, because it's easy money. It's an easy win. If you go that route, it's hard. It's hard. It doesn't bring the heights of yesterday. There will be interest because of the name value attributed to the fight, but it's not the same. It's not the same. So I think he should stay over there on this side and continue fighting those guys. Jake Paul rematch, do it. If there's any legs in it, I'm not sure there is, but if there's any legs in it, do it. KSI, do it. All those guys. If Tyron Woodley wants to fuck around for a few rounds, do it. I think that's what he should do. For Jake Paul, nothing wrong with losing to a boxer. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, some people have had a dig at it, and some people are very salty online. I don't know if it's a jealousy thing. I'm not quite sure what it is. But some people are very salty about what they saw yesterday. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? These kids, in Jake Paul's instance anyway, Jake Paul has come from the Disney Channel, had a couple of YouTube fights, and now went home yesterday with millions in the pocket because he has promoted and trash talked and sold his way into where he is right now. What are you doing? And I'm talking not just to your average Joe here. I'm talking to the boxers that are dissing him online. What are you doing? How are you promoting yourself? Talk to me. How are you doing it? Because you're not. That's it. You're not. There's a handful of boxers that promote themselves the right way. The rest of them just sit on their ass and do very little when they should be doing a lot more. Honestly, they should look at what, and not everyone can do it. I admit it's not that easy to do. It's not easy to be a Conor McGregor like, or a Jake Paul like, or a KSI. It's not easy to do that, but you don't even have to do it to that level. Just start. Please, just start. Get there. Promote yourself. Do something. And look, will you earn Jake Paul money? No, but it will help. Trust me, it will help. But yeah, look, if you're Jake Paul, I mean, there's loads of options, like loads that make so much money. And I actually think this defeat will give him another kick up the backside. He'll want to get better. He's going to be upset. He might look at his training setup, right? All those things will come into question. But look, there's the Tyron Woodley. No, not Tyron Woodley. There's KSI. There's Nate Diaz. There's the Tommy Fury rematch. There's loads. There's loads of fights out there for him. So many. So he will be okay. He will be okay. I will say this though. I mean, Jake Paul's been doing this now professionally, and I will say professionally because he trains like a professional boxer. He has a team around him like a professional boxer, even bigger teams than some professional boxers. I expected him to be a bit better. Like technically, I was watching him thinking, okay, maybe you should be a bit better now. I don't know. Is that too harsh? Or is it that he's up against a boxer that's making him look technically sort of not too good? I don't know. But I was thinking, come on, dude, your jabs. Like he was always doing that same 1-2, that big overhand right. And I'm thinking he should be a bit further ahead of the game now. Again, this is the guy that's been doing it 3 years. He had a team around him, proper team, proper sparring as well for 3 years. So yeah, maybe he should be a bit better. I think he's very fortunate as well that he didn't fight Hasim Rahman Jr. I think Hasim Rahman Jr. would have taken his head off, like clean off. And this talk, and some of you were acknowledging it about Carl Froch, that, he would beat Carl Froch. Shut up. What are you talking about? Like yesterday should have showed you Carl Froch, and I said it, I think I tweeted it, that give Carl Froch a month and he would destroy him in a round. And I say a month just because he's got He's got to oil the creaking bones, but Carl Froch would have annihilated him. And I'm not just saying that in the aftermath, because it's easy to do that. I said that beforehand. Carl Froch would have killed him. Honestly, would have killed him. But look, I enjoyed it for what it was. I think the build-up was fun. Both of these guys would have made a lot of money. The pay-per-view numbers, I'm guessing, were crazy because it was trending. But yeah, it was exciting. And look, I guess if you are Misfits, if you are any other sort of entities that are getting into this YouTube crossover boxing space, yesterday was what you want to get to, right? That's what you want. You want these events where everyone's talking about, where there's a big interest. You saw the superstars ringside: Deontay Wilder, Devin Haney, Mike Tyson, Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, everyone was there. That's what you want. And that's what, by the way, that's what boxing needs to get to. Boxing needs that. Boxing desperately needs that, where there's an intrigue, not just from boxers. Like, when I grew up watching boxing in the 80s and 90s, because I'm very old, they used to show who was ringside, right, for these big boxing events. And it used to be a who's who of Hollywood. Like, honestly, Jack Nicholson would always be front row. You know, Michael J. Fox would be there. You guys might have to Google who that is, by the way, for you youngsters. But there would always be actors, musicians, NBA stars, NFL stars, boxers, literally a who's who. You don't seem to get that anymore. Boxing needs to somehow get that back again. It's lost that. It really has. I mean, you get it at some events, but not like it used to be. It isn't what it used to be, and it needs that. And yesterday felt like that a bit. It did. All right. Let's see what there is. By the way, the referee yesterday was atrocious. And all of you people that were on my live yesterday talking about the fight was fixed because of that fake thing that was going around. How easy are you to convince? Like, come on, like, create your own brain. Why would, like, I can't believe that you guys saw that leaked script and thought that that was going to happen. Some of you surprise me. Some of you really do. You surprise me. All right. Let's see what we got here. Nicholas Walters returns for first fight since 2016 Lomachenko loss, scores decision win. Nicholas the Axeman Walters. Jesus Christ. A Jamaican boxer. Wow. I completely forgot about him. How old is he? He must be getting on a bit. Remember, he kind of quit at the end of that fight against Loma. He just said, no more. No, I'm done. The Axeman is 37. Jeez. What weight did he fight yesterday? Let's see if we can quickly find out. He fought a guy that was 19 and 16. Super lightweight. Okay. Remember, leading up to that Loma fight, he was this knockout specialist, and he just couldn't land a glove on Loma. Honestly, he got completely destroyed. This is interesting. Adrian Broner announces split from BLK Prime, declares free agency. I don't know what the value is in Broner. You know what? Conor Benn, Adrian Broner. Conor Benn, Adrian Broner. If Eddie wants to, you know what? That is 100% what Eddie Hearn should do. If I'm Eddie Hearn, I'm getting on the phone. I'm not offering him big money, but that's what you want, right? Conor Benn, Adrian Broner. Take my money. Take my money, Middle East. Forget the Manny Pacquiao fight. Forget all that nonsense. Conor Benn, Adrian Broner. Do it. Adrian Broner did a video yesterday saying, you know what? I've got rid of all my vices. I'm not partying. I'm not drinking. I'm in great shape. Remember, he was supposed to have a fight, and every fighter either kept pulling out or disagreement about contracts, and it was stupid. I don't think BLK will ever do an event again. I think that's it. They're done. But yeah, I think Adrian Broner is perfect. Another one that's now a free agent. All these free agents coming available. It's mad. But yeah, surely you got to do it. Surely you got to do it. What else have we got here? Anything else other than Tommy Fury, Jake Paul? Let's have a look. Regis Prograis congratulating Subriel Matthias. Big win for him against Jeremiah Ponce on the weekend. Says, hope to see you soon one day. Tough fight for anyone, that is. Tough fight. So much talk about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fought. Obviously, they embraced yesterday. They haven't seen each other since the fight. Obviously, Deontay Wilder said some things about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's actually kept it, I think, quite respectful. I don't think Derek Chisora did an interview with BT Sports, Josh Denzel, and he was like, yeah, we have plans. What is Derek doing in Saudi, by the way? Anyway, look, good luck to him. But he says, look, we have plans for Deontay Wilder in Saudi. Is Derek a promoter now or a manager? But we have plans for him. It's not going to be me, he mentioned. I think the plans are Ngannou Wilder. I don't think, if it was Fury Wilder, Chisora would have just said it. I think it's Ngannou Wilder. I think that's what they're planning. I don't know who puts that fight on. If I'm DAZN, I'm all over it. All over it. But who wouldn't want to be all over that fight? But yeah, I think Deontay Wilder's next fight will be in the Middle East. I mean, everyone wants that Middle East money, I'm telling you. And not just that, it's the way they treat you when you're there as well. It's fantastic. Like, even when I was there for the AJ Ruiz, bear in mind, I was just a YouTuber reporting for YouTube. And I'd done a little couple of bits for ESPN Africa, but I was there basically by myself. They sent a car to pick you up. Like a car to pick me up, like from the airport. Crazy. And then there's a car taking you around. I'm like, this is mad. So I can't imagine the level of treatment some of the superstars would get. So they must see that and think, yeah, I want a bit of that. I want a bit of that. We'll end on this one. Drake, not that he's broke, but he lost $400,000 yesterday. He put a $400,000 bet on Jake Paul knocking out Tommy Fury. And I think he actually bet Tyson Fury $1 million. But he's fine. When you're worth, I'm guessing he's worth anywhere between $500 million and $1 billion. He's all right. He's okay. All right. Peace and love.